You're listening to a podcast by Hope Bible Church Niagara. You can join us on Sunday mornings at 8:45 or 11 a.m. in St. Catharines, Ontario. You are loved. Welcome back to the Hope Niagara podcast. I am your host, Hannah Van Ryn, joined with your pastor, Ross Kearney, and today we are filming the very last episode for season 2 of the Hope Niagara podcast.
Wow.
Crazy.
Season 2, finale.
Yeah.
Wow. It's hard to believe.
I know. I think I've really enjoyed what we have done this past season. I think obviously the first season was really good, but I think I love with this season, I felt like every episode was so different. And I think we brought like so many new voices and stories to the podcast this season. Yeah,
that's right. I agree. And that was, in the beginning, that was part of your vision that you had for this, for us to be able to disciple, encourage, equip, help our people in our church and then beyond our church, of course, using this platform, this medium. And man, it has been a blessing and a huge encouragement to me, and I hope to our listeners and viewers.
I think it's, for me personally, just been such an encouragement to my heart of just being able to still be involved here in ministry at Hope Niagara, even though I don't work here anymore, like in a full-time vocational like capacity. I think it's been super encouraging. Like I think about a couple of the different episodes we did, like the planting update with Andrew, I think was super good. It was super great to connect with him again, and hearing Phil's story and having Nikki on, and just all of our episodes are always so much fun. And even hearing from Dave and Wendy was a really sweet episode. And so, I'm super thankful.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about that too, like some of the episodes that we have had. One of my favorites from this season was, and all those were all good. One of my favorites was the one you did with Colin Bell.
Yes.
And right, you did that not long after Colin started here.
Yeah.
We're so thankful for God's provision for bringing him to our church. And it was really cool to just hear some of his story and him get to share some of how God led him here, but also what God's been doing in his life. And for everybody to understand, like, he loves Stacked.
I know.
Yes. I feel like Stacked should be, at least sending some coupons our way or something for that spot but Colin loves Stacked. But we love Colin.
Yep.
And so that was really fun. It was really cool too to get to the episode you did with Tim Ald.
Yes.
About missions. And I know that Tim means a lot to you and as a pastor and a friend. And so that was really neat to for you guys to do that together, but also too for people to hear Tim's thinking in his heart about missions and that whole question of that call to missions. That's something that I think is important for us as a local church, as believers, to be thinking about. So thankful for him coming on doing that too.
Yes. Yeah. Those episodes those feel like so long ago, but they were such an encouragement to me. And I think especially for me getting to sit down with Colin and him just talking about his dad, Charles, who was like dear friend of ours and like worked with us here. And just those moments that are just so special and they're captured on camera. And so, I'm super thankful that the Lord led me back here after my summer away and back home to Niagara, and just to be here and be a part of this again. So that's really, and we're really grateful for you doing this. Very excited for you and your ongoing ministry in Hamilton. At Hope Hamilton, and great to hear good reports of what's happening there as God is on the move. That's church planted in Hamilton this ministry year. Also, we got the privilege of planting in Welland, and so blessed by help from many other churches as well. Prayer, finances, it's just great to see that multiplication, and we've been mindful of that throughout this year too, as we've been doing these podcasts together. Yes, I think it was really cool for me personally to be on staff with Andrew as he prepped to become a church planter and see a lot of that process. And then I remember when I left, I was like, I'm not even going to get to see Welland be planted and like be a part of that. And then getting to be a part of it at Hamilton now has just been incredible, seeing the Lord move, and just all the different people he's bringing and the ministries that are launching, and just super excited about what God is doing there.
It's very, very cool. So Hannah, what's happening in your life? Like we're at the end of the season, heading into the summer. What's the next little bit look like for you?
Yeah. In case if you're listening, you haven't heard, I am engaged.
Yay!
And yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. And so I met my fiance Ian when I went away to camp last summer in Texas. And yeah, we got engaged in the wintertime, and it's just been such a huge blessing to me. So we're getting married this fall, and we're just super excited and just seeing the Lord like work in our relationship and just trying to discern where he's leading us next. So not quite sure what happens once we get married yet, but we're excited. So
well, we're excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
Very exciting news. I've had the privilege of meeting Ian
Yes.
on at least a couple of occasions. He seems like a fine young man.
Yes.
And we're really looking forward to getting to know him more and to seeing what God has in store for both of you, for whatever he has in store, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's part of the excitement of
Yes.
starting out together as husband and wife of, Lord, where are you leading us? And that's something you're still figuring out.
Yep.
But as far as this podcast is concerned, this is Hannah's last episode.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no. We're so grateful, Hannah, for the work you've done here on this podcast. And we were just, before we started recording, where I said to you, I'm like, maybe somehow, some way in God's providence, he will see a way for you to be back here hosting. But
Yeah.
that seems unlikely as you're starting out your life together, and lots of things are going to change for you. And we definitely don't want to hold you back, but we are going to miss you a lot, and really grateful. Like this, again, like I said a few minutes ago, this was your vision to do this, and you pushed for it, you prayed for it, and you helped us to see it happen. And so we're really, really grateful, and we're really going to miss you.
Yeah, I'm really going to miss you guys too. And just this opportunity to do ministry like this has been a very, like it's been a growing experience, but it's just been so incredible, and really seeing the Lord like use it in my own heart and my own life, just hearing people's stories and working out how is the best way that we tell this story, or what is the best way that we deliver this content and this like truth of the gospel and these words and all of those things. And so
that's right.
I'm super thankful. And you guys have some exciting things happening here at Hope Niagara. Obviously summer, things kind of tend to slow down, but as you look to the future in the fall, like what are some of those things that are coming up?
Yeah. This is a great question, and we always have to temper it with, only the Lord really knows, right? It's all God willing. We don't even know what tomorrow will bring, let alone the summer or the fall. But yes, our plans are for the fall are pretty exciting. We are doing another Hope Together this September. Last year we did Hope Together, where we got our whole church together for one service right before we planted Welland. And that was just a really special experience. The first time in as long as anybody could remember, probably 10 years, the first time we did like one Sunday service, everybody all together, and it was outdoors. We don't have enough room here, and God's grace, we don't have enough room here for everybody all together. So it was outdoors down at Fireman Park, and what a special time. Well, if God will give it to us, we are going to do it again this September. And it's Hope Together, like Hope 2, number 2 together, because it's 2 churches now.
Okay.
Hope Welland and Hope Niagara all together for one worship service. So that's we're really looking forward to that. And if the Lord is pleased to give us good weather for that day, we'll be grateful. And then for our church, for Hope Bible Church Niagara, in October, the first Sunday in October, will be our 15th anniversary.
Wow.
So that's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
A big 15 years of God's faithfulness, and the team we're working together already, making plans for a special time of celebration and worship, looking back and thanking God for what He's done.
Yeah.
And with that, the past, God's faithfulness in the past, giving us faith then for the future. And I think that's really important for us as believers. When we look back and see the things that God has done, I think it's right for us to allow the God's past faithfulness to fuel our faith that He'll be gracious to us yet in the future. One of my heroes, John Piper, wrote a book called Future Grace. And, one of the central themes of that book, one of the central emphasis is that whole reality of looking back at where God has led you, how God has worked, seeing what He's done, that gives us faith for grace in the future, grace to come. And so that's going to be an important part of the fall. for us as we celebrate, to also then have our faith fueled for whatever's next.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are just such important and special times to have together as a church. So I'm really excited for you guys to just celebrate together too, right? Like to look back at God's faithfulness and celebrate, and just be together with Hope Welland as well. I think will also be a huge thing, like looking like almost a year out then for Welland in a sense. As well, and seeing what God has done there together. If you don't mind me asking, you're going on sabbatical. When this is released, you will be on sabbatical. What are your plans for that?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I'm very grateful to our elders here. They're very kind, I feel very cared for by our elders. And I know you did an episode with Dave, the chair of our elders, talking about sabbatical and some of their thinking behind that and why they see it as important. I see it as a huge gift for me. For Leanne and I, now this is 21 years in ministry together, full-time pastoral ministry. I've been basically, aside from some vacations, I've been preaching every weekend for 21 years. And leading churches now. They've been in here in this church now for 5 years, which is hard to believe. Having a sabbatical for me is a huge gift. And my main plan is to rest. And that's the main goal that the elders have for me. This is for longevity for me. And, the realities of pastoral ministry, there are many, many joys. I feel so massively privileged to do this. And I've said many times, being the senior pastor here in this church is my dream job. So I'm very thankful. And actually, honestly, I have mixed feelings coming into this because I really love what I do. And I don't want to be out of it for 3 months, but the elders have really challenged me and pastorally instructed me to take this time to rest. And so that's a big thing. What am I going to do? This will sound probably a little funny, but this is the genuine truth. My number one aim is to abide in Christ. And for a period of time here this summer, even though I still am senior pastor here in this church, for a period of time, just be a follower of Jesus. I need to draw near to him. I need to, there's the rest, there's physical rest that is largely for me as a pastor I anticipate will be mental and emotional. But the biggest thing is the kind of rest that comes from abiding in Jesus Christ. So I want to live each day just in the mindset of I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm not preparing to write a sermon or to lead a study or to coach the team. This is just me abiding in Jesus. And I am looking forward to that. I think it's pretty important. I think my heart needs it. When the elders first told me that this is what we're doing, like I said, I had some mixed feelings, but I can tell you now that I'm ready for this, and I can see and agree this will be good and important for me. So a little bit of travel here and there, nothing too crazy. Time with my family, definitely time with Leanne for us to be able to just connect together and to be together. I don't have to go anywhere. So that's it. And then, it's going to be kind of weird, I think, for the church and for me, but I really got to shut down. Like, I've got to just not think about church for a bit of time. The Lord's got this. There's great people here. And so that's actually part of what I'm going to do too, is to not think too much about ministry. Instead, just think about the Lord, my marriage, my family, and then, God willing, come back refreshed and renewed and perhaps with fresh vision for what's next.
100%. Yeah. I love how you started off by saying that, like, you feel so cared for in this decision. I know I'm just very happy for you to have this time of like intentional rest, like not just, okay, I'm going to go to sleep tonight because I have to go to sleep and wake up and do another day tomorrow. It's like rest outside of just like the physical, but that abiding with Christ and time spent with him. That's not like based on production of something. Right. And as good as the work is that you do, like the Lord has also called us to that time of rest as well. So I know, like, I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people that were really excited for you to have this time. And so when you come into the fall and then we think about the podcast, do you see there being a season 3 of this podcast.
I do. God willing, I do. And it won't be the same without you. There's really big shoes to fill, but we're praying about who might fill them.
Yep.
And yes, we do plan to do this because, the big thing is, I think, again, where we began, your vision for this, I think that this is a huge opportunity for us to be able to, in a small way, but significant way, to help and to encourage our people. Remember one of the first episodes we did, we were just reflecting on the fact that we're always listening to something all the time. And we've got so many choices. So, with what God has put into our hands here in terms of the people and the testimonies and the capacity to do this, we feel kind of a stewardship to build on what you've begun here and what you've helped us get established. So we do plan to do that, be a different host and just meeting with the team here in the next week or so to do a little more specific thinking about what the fall launch will look like for our podcast for season 3. But we've already talked about some ideas about the fall. I already have somebody in mind and have talked to them about sharing some of their story, a story of God's glory in their life. I think a very powerful story of freedom, experiencing freedom in Christ and the power to overcome sin and chains that hold us back. So that's an episode I anticipate we will start with early on in season 3. And there's more stories to tell. There's more issues, biblical truths for us to wrestle through and to think about together. And we want to be faithful to the Lord in serving our people and serving beyond our people to the broader community in this format.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I am super excited for you guys, and I'm super excited to be able to listen to it and from far away or wherever I end up. And I think, like you said, there are always going to be more stories to tell. Like everybody has a testimony, and there's always more to learn from God's word. Let us not be too prideful to think that we know everything or, we've shared enough. There's not any more content, that's it. But there is always more to talk about. And so, I guess that kind of wraps up our last episode here for season 2. And so thanks again, Ross.
Thank you, Hannah. And again, I already thanked you, but we just want to say thanks again. And I think on behalf of lots of people who are watching, listening, grateful for your ministry here. We were talking about some of our favorite podcasts from this past season. If I look back over the last 2 seasons, though, hey, one of my favorite episodes is the one where I got to interview you and you got to share some of your story about the health struggles that you are still dealing with. And experiencing God's grace in that. And just still today, so thankful for your vulnerability and your faithfulness then, but also that continues on today. You're still serving the Lord, still being faithful, still afflicted, and yet trusting the Lord, walking with Him, committed to living for Him. And we're blessed by you. We're so encouraged by your ministry here and are very excited to see what God's going to do in your life as you step into this wonderful reality of marriage and on the adventure that God's going to take you to next. So thank you again so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a privilege, and I don't say that lightly, to do ministry in Hope Niagara, and even, just in this season, what it has looked like has been a privilege. And so, and thank you so much for watching or listening. And wherever you are doing that, we would love it if you followed or subscribed to us on there. And we would also love if you checked out our social media pages at Hope Niagara. And they will see you next season.
See ya.